at the alarm of the rooster crowing on Cownley Farm. Ben, the black kelpie dog, is up and ready for a day's work, barking to wake up his master. Excited bark, "Come on, Dad, it's time to get up. There's lots to do this morning." Ben is the outside dog and is always busy in the mornings when working on the farm. The master and Ben have all the animals to feed: the chooks, the pigs, the cows and the horses. First, the master and Ben feed Mavis the horse. Soft bark, "Good morning, Mavis." "Nay." "Good morning, Ben." "Good morning, master." "Thank you." "Nay." Next, the master and Ben walk over to the pigsty. Soft bark, "Good morning, Mrs. Pig and Piglets. Here's your breakfast." Oink, oink. "Good morning, Ben." "Good morning, master." "Thanks." Oink, oink. Then there are the chickens to feed in the chicken pen. Soft bark, "Good morning, chooks. It's breakfast time." Cluck, cluck. "Good morning, Ben." "Good morning, master." "Thank you." Cluck, cluck. Millie, the inside dog, has been let out by her mum, the master's wife, to stretch her legs. Ben soft bark, "Good morning, Millie. Are you helping this morning?" Millie soft yap, "Good morning, Ben. Yes, I love riding on the tractor." Ben loud bark, "Be careful the cows don't stand on you, Millie. You're only small." Millie yap, "I will be, Ben." Ben soft bark, "Good morning, cows." Moo. "Good morning, Ben." "Good morning, master. Thanks for the hay." Moo. The master heads inside the house with Millie for their breakfast, and it's time for Ben to have a well-deserved break. Ben eats and drinks the fresh food and water the master's wife has put in his meal tray and drinking bowl, and then he rests on the porch. The sun is up and it's getting warm too. Ben sits up and starts barking as a visiting stranger drives along the road to the farmhouse. Growl bark, "There's a stranger outside." Bark, bark, bark. "Millie, tell Mum." Bark. Millie, who is watching from the window inside the house, yaps, "Mum, Dad, there's a stranger outside. Yap, 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 yap." Mum, "Thank you, Millie. Thank you, Ben." Ben investigates the car. The stranger who steps out of the car is Mr. Davidson from down the road. He has driven a different car today, so Ben didn't recognise the engine noise. Ben bark, "Don't worry, Millie, it's only Mr. Davidson." Millie yap, "Phew, it's Mr. Davidson, Mum." Yap, "Hello, Mr. Davidson." During the day, Ben and his master attend to the jobs that need doing on Cownley Farm. The master and Ben check that the fences are secure near the dam. Ben sees Mrs. Duck and her new little ducklings having an afternoon swim. Ben hasn't seen the ducklings before. Ben barking gently, "Hello, Mrs. Duck, and hello, ducklings. It's very nice to meet you." Soft bark. Mrs. Duck, quack. "Hello, Ben. Oh, you must be hot running around the farm in this heat. Why don't you come in and join us for a swim?" Don't be scared, little ducklings. Ben is the outside dog, and he protects us from any danger on the farm. Quack. Ben bark. Thanks, Mrs. Duck. I will. It has been a very busy day, and it is very hot. A swim will cool me down. Bark. As the sun is setting, Ben and his master head back to the house after a long, hard day's work. Ben happily tucks into his delicious tea and then takes a rest in his bed, because soon his night duties will begin, and it can get very busy when night falls for an outside dog. Night has fallen. Ben looks up at the sky and thinks that the moon and the stars do look pretty, except for a few birds talking in the trees. All has gone quiet on Cownley Farm. Ben sometimes looks at Millie, the inside dog, through the windows and wishes he was in there by the fire with Mum and Dad too. Sometimes he gets jealous and a little bit sad that he is not with them all inside. It can get lonely on the porch in his bed when everyone goes to sleep in the house. But Ben knows he has the most important job on the farm to do when they all go to bed. He has to protect the family and the farm animals. Ben becomes the guard dog. Even though Ben is sleeping, he still keeps alert for strange sounds. They could mean there is an intruder. What's that? Ben springs to his feet and runs towards the noise. Looking up into the distance, he can see red-orange fur and a white-tipped tail. He spies Mr. Fox. Angry bark. Go away, Mr. Fox. You are not getting any of our chooks for your tea. Leave now. Angry bark. Mr. Fox yelps. Scream bark. You win this round, but I will get one of those delicious chickens next time, outside dog. Growl. Warning bark. We'll see about that, Mr. Fox. Bark. Ben runs to the chook pen. Bark. Is everyone okay, Mrs. Hen? Cluck, cluck. Yes, thanks to you, Ben. Ben bark. You're welcome, Mrs. Hen. It's my job to protect you. Good night, all. Ben runs to the dam to find out if Mrs. Duck and the ducklings are okay. Ben bark. Mrs. Duck, Mr. Fox didn't find you or the ducklings, did he? Bark. Mrs. Duck. Quack. Mr. Fox didn't find us, luckily. I told everyone to stay very quiet so he couldn't hear us. I don't think Mr. Fox knows about my little ducklings yet. Thank goodness. Thank you for scaring him away, Ben, and saving my ducklings. Quack. Ben bark. It is my job to look after you, Mrs. Duck. You are very welcome. Go to sleep now. I don't think Mr. Fox will be disturbing us again tonight. Ben walks past Mavis the horse. Nay! Are Mrs. Hen, the chooks and Mrs. Duck okay, Ben? Soft bark. All is well, thank you, Mavis. Good night. Nay! Well done, Ben. Mr. Fox will never be able to outfox you. Good night. Now for some sleep before it all starts again. As Ben rests in his bed on the veranda, underneath his parents' bedroom window, he hears his master say, "Good boy, Ben. Good boy." Ben whimpers softly in contentment and falls asleep happily. It's a tough job being an outside dog, but Ben loves it.